So YouTube, one of the things I'd like to try to do on this channel is incorporate ideas that I use as a clinical psychologist in therapy with my own work in the garage, trying to restore this car. And so tonight in this video, we're going to talk about two of those concepts, one right now and then one towards the end of the video. The first concept I'd like to talk about is the concept of cognitive load, where it's easy to feel overwhelmed by a big project or something huge. What psychologists teach people to do in that setting is to engage in what we call chunking, where you break the problem down into smaller things. If you think about flood restoration of a vehicle, it's really actually overwhelming, just like managing panic or grief or burnout or medical trauma can be as well, right? It can be overwhelming to have so many things to have to cover or handle. Just like on the car, though, you can't fix everything all at once. You have to break it down. And luckily in car repair, the car has different systems that get repaired one at a time. It's sort of naturally chunked into like the oil system or the coolant system or the AC system or the electrical system. And so in car repair, you sort of naturally chunk things to solve one problem at a time. You can do the same when you're working with interpersonal or mental health concerns as well. You break one big problem up into its different components and you address those appropriately. So to summarize, in therapy, like we call this chunking, right? It's breaking huge, impossible mess into digestible pieces. Cleaning this car is the exact same thing. We clear the big stuff first, and then after we do that, you get to the real work that's underneath. So that's our first psychology snippet for today, and I'll have one more at the end. Okay, so today is going to be about getting the wheels off and getting all the big mud off of the underbody, and then also cleaning the inside tub and around the engine, maybe with water by the end of the day. But we'll just do air cleaning first, and we'll handle all the big chunks of mud that we can get at after we take the wheels and the arch linings off. Okay, so here we are. I've got all of the carpeting out, and I've got all the under trays off. So now it's time I'm going to do the air clean. So I'm going to spray air, and then after I knock all the parts loose with air and a brush, I'm then also going to vacuum before moving on to water. All the under trays are off, so any dust and stuff that falls will fall straight down. I've noticed a couple other things so far. So the radiator here has plastic end caps, which means I'm going to need to replace the radiator because these are known to fail. And if I'm going to have the clam off anyway, which I am, because I need to fix this, I should probably get another radiator. So I'm going to need to order a radiator. What else have I noticed? The brake fluid looked pretty bad. I might actually use a brake fluid tester and see what happens when I go on there. Let me do that actually now, or next. And then really it's just a whole crap ton of dirt and dust. Should be all right. After I clean all that off, I will look at some of those fluids. I'll take the wheels off, get under the arch linings. I might still do that today. We'll see. Let me get the rest of the stuff first though. Right, but that's the status right now. Okay, so let's test this brake fluid. I've got this brake fluid tester, and it measures how good the brake fluid is. Now, just by the way it looks, I'm definitely going to replace the brake fluid because it's supposed to have a clear look to it, not this dark look. And that is way more than 4% water. So that's got to go. So that is a special wheel lock. Luckily, in the back, I found the key. It was caked in mud and kind of bad. I hate wheel locks, and so I'm gonna get a new set of lug nuts to put on. Looks like I got the silver ones. These are black, but that's okay. I'll handle that at some point. But yeah, luckily I found this. Otherwise, these wheels would be staying on until I figured out that key. Hey.
I'm just coming out to tell you that I love you and I'm proud of you.
I got that on camera. So if you saw there, I didn't loosen the lug nuts when the car was down on the ground, so I've tried to fashion something else to see if I can get the tires off this way. That's not gonna work. Okay, so I've loosened all the wheels. Now I'm gonna take them all off and we'll see what we got. And then the other side's just gonna be the same. Okay, so the fan control module is attached to the top of the arch lining. It's not like that in my Lotus, but it is in this one. I think I remember seeing that somewhere, so I gotta get that off. But I'll show you what's going on here. Got a lot of mud in here. I'll get that arch line off and spray everything off with air and do the back. Let's see.
Do you want me to hold the camera?
Yeah, will you? Ah, crap.
Oh, crap.
What happened?
There's dirt in the...
And dirt and a little bit of water in the intake.
Are you gonna...
And a little bit of mud.
Of course there's a little bit of mud.
So what's the prognosis when you find out that there is... Are you going to...
It wasn't running. Well, so here's the thing. It wasn't running.
Because to take that motor out, it's going to go down, right?
No, it comes out the top. I have to take the clam off. So it got into the throttle.
Ooh.
And there's goop in there. I can take that off. I can clean it. I mean, I'm not gonna turn it over until I check all the cylinders. So the second psychology snippet I want to talk to is the difference between an approach coping style and an avoidance coping style. This part of the project that we just saw is sort of a good example of what we call approach coping, right? The temptation is to avoid opening up things because you might not like what you find. So the temptation was there not to look into the throttle body, to avoid finding that silt or finding the difficulty there. But in therapy, just like in car restoration, leaning in is what actually leads to progress and helps people do better over time, right? Avoidance works temporarily. It will reduce stress, but at the same time, it reinforces sort of fear and dysfunction or not handling problems appropriately. Approach coping is really the foundation of treating anxiety, trauma recovery, exposure-based therapies, and behavioral activation for depression. The real steps is taking steps to look for solutions to problems rather than covering them up or hiding from them. Taking steps in approach coping often reveals more discomfort initially, like when I found the throttle body silt. It was, you heard the audible, oh man, but it also puts you on the path to solution. And that's an important thing for car repair, I think. If you want to handle or make things better, you actually have to look for what the problems are and what the issues are, and the same is true for life. So those are my 2 psychology snippets for this video, and look for future ones as we keep going. All right, here goes nothing. Well, something. A bit of muddy water in here. Whew. Okay, so here's the status. Still gotta do the headlights, definitely. Definitely also still have to do the doors, the interior of the doors, because there's a lot of mud sitting down in there. So that's still a project. I figure I can do that inside though. But this is the tub, and actually I'm pretty impressed. So this is just using power washing, not using any detergent or anything like that. So my next step is going to be to clean everything with detergent, but just using yellow rags, shop rags and stuff like that, to do the final cleanup there. But that actually looks amazing. It was drying out all day today after the power washing. It's supposed to be a nice sunny day, so that should get some good sun time here. That looks great. Still some dirt, obviously, but I'm gonna put the wheels on tonight, move it into the garage, and then the next video will be getting it into the garage and starting to check it out. You guys saw I found silt in the throttle the other day, so that's something I'm gonna have to take apart probably and look at. But otherwise, that's the status right now. It's gonna dry out all day. It should be good to go. Forgot, I'm sure you guys definitely want to see the engine before what that looks like after power washing. So I think that's a little better. Right, well, I guess the most mud that I got off is I got the major mud off, and the rest I think I can get with a vacuum. I think I can get with the shop rags and with more simple cleaning. I got all the major chunks off, but I'm looking forward to doing that. This is drying out back here nicely. Once that's dry, I'll do the same cleaning that I did. I'm going to do on the inside of the tub with detergent and just spray water, or a spray bottle with water, and go from there. But overall, I think it's okay. Might be serviceable. Hopefully. We'll see. Still worried about what I'm going to find when I pull the oil drain pan, the drain plug at least. Go from there. This is actually looking okay. Oh, there's still some dirt in there, but that's all. I think I can get that with rags. Alright guys, viewers,